Good morning, team. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a great weekend. And again, some glorious sunshine. That's why I'm out again. Why wouldn't you? Now I want to spend the next few minutes just sort of talking and reflecting on a phrase that's been bandied about a little bit. And to be honest, I've reflected on this a little bit, particularly at this in the current sort of climate that we find ourselves in. There's lots and lots of people that seem to have this grit resilience. It's tough times at the moment for some, but some remarkable individuals in terms of how they tend to build resilience into their life, into their everyday lives, their personal lives, as well as the work and what they're trying to do and achieve. So, it's something I want to talk about this morning. And first and foremost, if I just break it down, resilience. What does resilience mean to me? Now, obviously, I've often taken this for granted, but resilience for me is my capacity, I guess, to withstand things, things that are thrown at me, be able to sort of learn from it, take a space to reflect on it, but then be able to very quickly adapt and change to then keep going. So that's resilience for me. I'm thinking a lot more positively around how I can continue to move forward. So it's all about that capacity. And then grit is, for me, starting something and then having that driven mindset towards finishing it. No matter what, I'm going to finish it. So that's grit determination, but grit resilience. So I guess the big question is, how do you build this into your life, into yourself? And again, over the last few months, this is particularly as we all have over the COVID-19 pandemic. I think there's been a huge amount of this grit resilience. Is that there's three core things for me, actually. The first one is that positivity, the positive mindset. Now, there's obviously you as an individual in terms of that positivity, but having and selecting the positive people around you. So whether that be your family, your friends, your colleagues, just people that are going to bounce that positive energy off you, no matter what the scenario is, it's going to support you in that. So your supporting circles and ensuring that they're positive, hugely important to sort of building that resilience towards what you're starting and what you want to finish. So that, I guess, is the first one. The second one for me is that purpose. Whatever you're going to be doing, it needs to align to your purpose and also what your values are. So more often than not, we tend to think that our jobs are our purpose, and they're part of the purpose, but they're not the purpose. As an individual, you've definitely got a purpose in life. You need to find what that is, and your values will align to that. So whatever it is that you're trying to do and achieve, once you put your mind to it, is that you've got to have a passion for it. You've got to have the love. You've got to want to do it. Basically, it's got to be about you, for you, but also for others that you love and want to support, etc. So, and whether or not that you're building, and we've talked about SMART goals before, how do you build goals into it? Goals have got to be part of your purpose, and again, they've got to be SMART. They've got to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and you've got to be able to do them within a timely manner. So for me, that is number two. So making sure purpose and the hit your values, and that you can build SMART goals into that as well. That's what helps you build resilience. The third one for me, the third one for me is reflection. Okay, I really had to think about that one then, but it is about reflection. So you've got to be able to build spaces to have a think. So to give you an example, you're hit with some form of negativity, a challenge, something like that, and then you've got to be able to just create a bit of space without reacting, and not logically reacting, is thinking about what you're going to do next, who you're going to speak to, what can you learn from that as well. You know, so we often talk about these negative scenarios or thinking habits, critical thinking, but how do you spin it into a positive, and be able to adapt and be flexible? So they're key things for me in number 3. So adapting, flexibility, creating those spaces to think, reflect, and then be able to adapt and move forward. And I think by introducing those 3 things, that's enabled me to have some resilience, but also some grit resilience in there as well, being able to start and finish something. So there you go, bit of a long-winded one there, but that's grit resilience, but hopefully it gets you thinking and supports you in your own personal journeys as well. Okay guys, have a great weekend and I'll catch you soon. Cheers.